everyone, this is Faye at CSN Chicago News. Someone could win the largest lottery prize in American history Wednesday night. Not to be a killjoy, but there's only a 3 out of 10 millions chance it will be you. The Powerball jackpot has reached $700 million, the second largest in U.S. history. The only larger jackpot was a $1.6 billion prize that was split by 3 winner tickets in January 2016. If there's only one winner Wednesday night, that person will walk away with more cash than any of those 3. One thing that's very certain is that the winner or winners won't choose to take the full $700 million prize. Only 2 Powerball winners in the past 10 years have chosen the annuity option, the full jackpot pay over 29 years. The vast majority choose a smaller upfront payment, $443 million in Wednesday's case, before taxes. Financial experts say 70% of lottery winners go broke within 2 or 3 years because they have no idea what to do with that kind of money. Experts advise winners to make a plan for things. 11 people are facing various charges and citations following a large brawl involving Chicago police officers Tuesday night in the Little Village neighborhood on the southwest side. About 8:50 p.m., officers responded to a call of shots fired at a large gathering near the intersection of 26th and Albany, according to Chicago police. Video posted to Facebook shows a person throwing a bottle at officers who responded to reports of a shooting. Police also said someone drove a car at officers. The officers, believing they would be pinned between the vehicles, fired their weapons. No one was struck by gunfire, police said. 8 officers were injured, including one who suffered a broken hand and one who suffered cuts to the face from a broken bottle that required switches, police said. None of the injuries were life-threatening. 11 people, 5 adults from Little Village and 6 juveniles are facing charges, police said. Calls are growing louder for a vote to override Governor Bruce Rauner's veto of the education spending bill. The calls come as House Speaker Michael Madigan canceled a legislative section Wednesday that was supposed to take up the vote. The section was canceled because top lawmakers are making significant progress towards a compromise. But with questions about just what that deal might look like still very much unanswered, mayors and school superintendents made their voice heard Wednesday. As students across the state head back to school, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel and the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus were trying to turn up the heat on lawmakers to override the veto of Senate Bill 1. The top legislative leaders will meet again Thursday in Chicago. This will be their 4th meeting in the past week. One detail that has leaked out of compromise is a Republican-backed $75 million school voucher program. There is no doubt that Starbucks does well in the coffee market, but the chain is now branching out into a kind of sushi. The chicken Mickey roll is modeled after trendy sushi burritos. The roll is packed with chicken, tomatillo salsa, cucumber, pickled cabbage, avocado, and crispy onion. You won't find the rolls at all Starbucks. As of Tuesday, they are only offered at 2 shops in Chicago, the Loop and Brownsville. If it proves to be a hit, Starbucks said it will consider selling the roll in other cities. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
云天无际，承载梦想。中国南方航空是中国运输飞机最多、航线网络最发达、年客运量最大的航空公司。亚洲第一，全球第3，是南航缔造的业界奇迹。蓝天壮志情，云海谱华章。
专业的团队、丰厚的经验。
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Lake Cook Law Group.
投资理财、法律咨询，芝加哥专业律师团队为您的梦想提供最安全的保障。
我是一个幸运儿，为什么呢？因为我生在奉化，长在奉化，我的家乡啊，被世界人们称为中国最美丽的小城。小时候啊，我上学必须要经过一个小巷，这个小巷里呢，有染布的，有打银器的，搞纸扎的，也还有唱戏的，就像一个艺术沙龙。那时候我不大守规矩，就喜欢跟着呢大人跑。其中有一个心疼的纸扎艺人，家专门扎狮子。要是现在合成的话，都有100多岁了。他扎的狮子用的颜色夸张，有白，有黑，有群青。当然还有大红了。现在用我们绘画的专业术语来讲呢，是吉色。所以很多小朋友啊都怕他的狮子，但是我喜欢，一看呢就是一天。奉化呢山清水秀，4代居住在这里的奉化人也沾染了山水的灵气，对艺术充满了兴趣。凤凰的艺术家，我个人认为啊，是杂家。杂家在一起互相影响，他的长处也可以接受，他的短处呢，也可以补给他。 逢年过节，无论老少，有无名气的书画者都喜欢聚在一起露两手。这一洗手传承至今呢，影响了一代又一代的风化人。我少年时，在古村书屋长大。奶奶看我喜欢画画，就和我讲：“你还有一个大伯黄云玉，他画画画得好，等他回来了，叫他带你画画。”后来我就一直跟随他绘画学习到现在。恩师黄云玉先生教我绘画和做人一些道理。之所以我取得一点成绩，他对我艺术道德上的鞭策起了决定性的作用。我的性格是外向的，我画画呢也是张扬型的，喜欢往山野民间到处乱跑，找个地方写生，找一些人来喝酒扯淡。长期以来，民间生活使我尝到甜头。我画上的色彩来自于我们苗族蜡染的靛蓝那种的蓝，这种蓝也是我们苗族衣服常用的色彩。五彩的苗绣和靛蓝搭配起来，颜色哇，这又亮又好看了。我画上的山水都是我家乡的风景，就如同在山顶上黄呜呜的海，山里呢就灰嗡嗡的那种回声。我对同行说，我们风化艺术家像地里的庄稼一样，是活生生从这块土壤中生长出来的，是原生态的，是生猛活选的。我画画从不故弄玄虚，动机呢很简单，画画就是为了生活，生活就是画画。我是个职业画家，一天就是为了要跟自己的工作过得去，每天画和写书法。我不认为自己是在搞高档艺术，也不自称为是什么艺术家。我绘画创作的作品就如产品一样的，能够很好的进入市场，能受到人们的喜爱，就非卵熊了。风化对我们画家来讲呢，确实是画不完的山水，写不尽的人情。如果现在我要离开家乡啊，我的画就画不出好的画出来。我常和家乡画家们讲，相识的画家还有一个关键是要有胆子走出去啊，闯荡出去，把外面世界精彩的东西我们偷转来，把我们新鲜的东西卖出去。 凤凰小子，是我的恩师焕宇先生为我取的名号。他希望我不要骄傲，要懂得感恩，感恩家乡。哪怕以后我80、90岁了，也始终是凤凰人的伢子呀。
方便、快捷、安全、高效，芝加哥星辰快递对您的服务永不打烊。
Today, China is repeatedly celebrated for being one of the world's biggest and fastest growing economies. But that's not what I'm interested in. I'm half German, half Singaporean Chinese, a cross-cultural product of an increasingly globalized world. This is a personal passage to explore my own sense of Chinese identity. But by doing so, I also hope to discover how China has managed to remain one of the world's longest continuous cultures. The rural county of Yongding sits in the southwest of Fujian province. 99% of the people here are Hakka, one of China's many distinct cultural groups, one which my late maternal grandmother always hoped I would explore more of. Yongding is famously known as the Valley of the Tulou, with walls made from mud mixed with brown sugar and sticky rice. The architecture of these multi-family homes are proud symbols of Hakka identity.
这个土楼现在是世界文化遗产。我们客家达里人，我们的祖先在河南从北方迁移到这边来了，到这里呢叫生基克地，攀着欺负叫祭祖而居，一个家族啊聚在一起，外面是土木，里面是砖木，不怕地震，不怕台风，不火攻，很好一个土楼。
My passage takes me south to Zhongshan in Guangdong province. Zhongshan claims some fame as the birthplace of Sun Zhongshan, also called as Sun Yat-sen, a leader of modern China in the early 20th century who developed the political philosophy known as the 3 principles of the people: nationalism, democracy, and the people's livelihood. Today, visitors flock to his former home, now Memorial Park, particularly popular with overseas Chinese returning to their roots. I set off to Qufu in Shandong province, inspired to explore more about how filial piety and family values shape a sense of Chinese identity. The person most famous for establishing filial piety as the cornerstone of culture is none other than Confucius. Though he died well over 2,000 years ago, the legacy of Confucius continues larger than life, drawing lots of visitors daily to Qufu's protected heritage sites like the Confucius Temple. The legacy of Confucius has been carried forward in large part by his own family, the Kongs. Over centuries, his descendants added more and more passages to their elaborate mansion. Courtyards designed for studying his teachings and cultivating the arts were apparently also used to develop a long line of food recipes. In Shanghai, I continue to explore treasure troves of tradition that lie beneath the modern facade of China's largest city. From this cosmopolitan heyday came a unique sense of style, expressed in China's most famous fashion statement, the qipao. Originally a much larger gown from Manchuria, it was in Shanghai that the qipao developed into the modern form we know today.
First qipao coming up.
And for me, the qipao is here to stay as the quintessential statement of China's identity in fashion. Home to perhaps the world's longest continuous culture, China has a vast artistic landscape, a cradle of performing arts that dates back centuries. It's a passage through sight and sound into the creative soul of China. The traditional garden setting here sets the perfect stage for the revival of a Kunchu opera performance from the Ming Dynasty, Peony Pavilion. Peony Pavilion is a classic love story written in 1598 by Tang Xianzu, known as the Shakespeare of China. In fact, it was created about the same time as Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Like its Western counterpart, it continues to resonate with universal themes like love and relationships. I manage a quick dash south to Wuyan in Jiangxi province. I've come here tracking down a troupe of performers with an unbroken line to a 3,000-year-old practice of a deeply ritualistic art form called Nuowu opera. Nuowu opera is considered one of the last remaining folk art treasures of China. Through sheer vigilance, generations of troops from this village have managed to preserve many of the same costumes for hundreds of years. It's by witnessing this kind of commitment to an art form sustained over countless generations that I begin to understand how it is China as a whole manages to remain the longest continuous culture alive today. My passage takes me next to Xi'an, one of the 4 great ancient capitals of China. It was also the starting point of the Silk Road, one of the most important trading routes connecting China, Central Asia, and Europe. It's here that I get the chance to catch up again with Tan Dun as he prepares for a concert he calls the Sound Map of the Silk Road to celebrate heritage renovations done to parts of Xi'an's city wall. Tan Dun's forte is bridging cultures through music. Here in the middle of Xi'an's fortified walled city, Tan Dun's assembled instruments and musicians that mark both the geographical and historical route of the Silk Road.
It's like a bit of a fusion where you've got so many interesting cultures from the East and then somehow fusing it with classical symphonies.
The purpose of this huge stage is let everybody equally had an opportunity to contact, but meanwhile to establish yourself very confidently. Hey, this is me. Let's cheer.
Much of China's cultural identity is synonymous with the things it has created, icons it has shared with the world over many centuries. On this passage, I explore some of China's most iconic products and how they express the cultures that cultivated them. What better way to begin this passage than right in the heart of China's Rice Bowl? This is Yunyang County in the southeastern part of Yunnan province. If there's any place that deserves its status as a UNESCO World Cultural and Natural Heritage Site, this is most definitely one of them. These monumental terraced rice fields are icons, cultivated over countless generations by Yunnan's famous ethnic minority groups, the Hani and the Yi.
It's about 1,850 meters above sea level. It is suitable to grow rice here.
That just looks so heavenly. Look at that.
It looks like a ladder to the heaven.
The Hani have cultivated this area for more than 2,000 years. From one generation to the next, they have continued an unbroken tradition of sculpting the fertile soil of these mountain slopes into natural works of art. The Hani have cultivated a truly special relationship with their geography. They treasure it, they respect it, and their culture has grown organically with the landscape. By doing so, they have created one of China's proudest cultural icons. More than the rice, it is land itself. My journey leads me next to the ancient capital of Hangzhou. The gorgeous setting of Hangzhou's West Lake is where I kick off this leg of the journey to explore another commodity that's become a cultural icon of China. Longjing's tea culture commands a special place. It dates back 1,500 years and is steeped in imperial legends. A famous one involves an emperor scaling its highest peaks to discover the best tea leaves. From Song Dynasty ceremony I'm being treated to marks a highly sophisticated presentation of tea culture, with precise steps that enhance the tranquility of the experience. Suzhou sits in the southeast of Jiangsu province, right next to Shanghai municipality. But for centuries, Suzhou was synonymous with one of the most symbolic and sophisticated products of China. Starting in the Tang Dynasty in the 7th century, Suzhou's silk industry grew from strength to strength. By the time of the Ming and Qing dynasties, it stood proud as the center of the highest grade silk production in China, if not the world.